Today on Good Morning Maine, a bill seeking to enshrine abortion rights in the Maine Constitution was voted down.
Plus, reactions from Searsport, where Windport opponents are celebrating a victory.
And Augusta opens their brand new police department. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, we'll start with a check of the forecast. Looking like another kind of gloomy, rainy day today. Not a downpour or anything like that, but it's going to be a little wet.
Yep. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. We offer a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 cash drawing. Stop by with your returnables and enter for a chance to win. We have advisories posted this morning. This right here is a gale warning along the coast that will last until 1 a.m. Saturday. Active surf will be expected, especially tomorrow, though, as we'll be watching out for our next system moving in. That will really help to stir up the ocean. We have some wind advisories already issued until 8 p.m. Friday along the coast because of the wind. And this right here is a flood watch up because of the rainfall that will also be expected. Meanwhile, though, some areas of dense fog developing, but you have to look further out towards the south and west for the reduced visibilities this morning. On top of that, though, we're also watching out for the opportunities for more rain to enter the picture. We had some moving through last night. We're catching a little bit of a break this morning. We'll have to wait until later this afternoon for more organized rain chances to move into the picture. Further out towards the south and west, we're seeing some of that organized rain developing now in a few spots. Again, tracking from southwest to northeast. So again, we'll have our turn coming up later this afternoon for more organized chances for precipitation. Futurecast moving forward, there's a rain right about 4 o'clock or so. That's when it moves in. Then on and off rain showers continue as we head towards your Friday along with the gusty winds. However, though, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing on and off rain showers, temperatures in the 40s, and a little bit of gusty winds on and off. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you then. Maine voters will not be afforded the chance to make their voices heard on the idea of enshrining reproductive health care into the Maine Constitution come November. That's because a bill seeking to enshrine abortion reproductive health care has been voted down by the legislature. LD 780 failed to garner the 2/3 majority vote of support needed to send the question to the November ballot. The effort was part of a nationwide push to put abortion into the state's constitution after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. After the vote, Lisa Margulis from Planned Parenthood of Northern New England issued the following statement, quote, "Mainers will remember how their elected officials voted on this bill. Mainers will show up to the polls in November ready to cast their ballots, if not for a constitutional amendment protecting reproductive autonomy, but for new elected leaders who will champion our rights and freedoms and encourage us to make our voices heard." It's unclear if and how that bill will proceed now.
Meanwhile, Maine's Judiciary Committee has advanced a bill that would create a red flag law in Maine. The proposed law would keep Maine's current yellow flag law in place, but would also allow family members to seek a judge's permission to remove firearms from someone who poses a danger to themselves or others. The bill passed the committee vote mostly along party lines, with 2 Democrats joining Republicans to oppose the measure. The bill will now face full votes in the House and Senate. It's currently unclear if Governor Mills supports this bill.
Well, the House voted this week to reject the governor's proposal to build an offshore wind terminal on Sears Island. The proposal had sparked concerns from environmentalists and community members. Our Grace Blanchard has local reactions.
In an 80-65 vote, the House of Representatives voted Tuesday to reject plans to build an offshore wind facility on Sears Island in Searsport.
To vote against this bill is not a vote against offshore wind. It is a vote to protect Sears Island, period.
Governor Mills announced in February that her administration had chosen Sears Island for the proposed location of the project. A spokesperson for the governor said without this bill, Maine would lose out on creating hundreds of job opportunities, energy to stabilize electricity prices, and protecting the state from climate change.
Searsport was the only place in Maine where it was viable to do, so if it's going to happen, it has to happen here.
The town manager says Searsport is the only place in the state that meets the land and deep water requirements needed to build an offshore wind terminal. He says it would also create job opportunities for the community.
It's like creating a new paper industry from scratch, and it could be with us for centuries.
Those who are against the project being on Sears Island say they have environmental concerns for the sand dunes.
I signed a petition to have it go on the brown side and save the green side, so people can go there, nice and green and stuff, preserved and stuff. So.
Advocates with the Alliance for Sears Island are in support of a facility, but at the more developed Mack Point instead. Members of the Alliance say the construction of the wind facility would remove more than 75 acres of vegetation on the island, causing irreparable ecological damage.
There's impacts on all levels for Searsport, and we need to make sure that we're finding a pathway to making sure that we are properly funded to mitigate those.
It is unclear how severely the House's decision will delay the construction of a wind port in Maine. In Searsport, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Mail delivery in our state will see major changes and potential slowdowns thanks to a decision by the United States Postal Service. It has officially announced the consolidation of its Hamden mail facility, following a months-long operations review and an outpouring of public disapproval. Last night, that disapproval now includes members of our own congressional delegation who are speaking out. Our Doug Banks has the details.
The Eastern Maine Processing and Distribution Center, located in Hamden, will be consolidated. Officials at the United States Postal Service announcing this on Tuesday, following a months-long facility review that was slammed by the public and state officials at a recent public meeting. According to the USPS, the Hamden facility will be modernized to a local processing center, effectively moving outgoing mail operations to Scarborough. While the USPS states this move will not result in any career layoffs, this consolidation would impact 13 craft employees in one management position. Senator Susan Collins has adamantly been against consolidating the Hamden facility for over a decade and called this most recent move misguided. On Wednesday, Senator Collins said in part, quote, "These concerns are further heightened by the recent USPS IG report, highlighting pre-existing delivery delays in southern Maine." Hamden facility employee and American Postal Workers Union President Robert Pierogi said in part, quote, "While the Postal Service is declaring this good news, it is not. I am not surprised, but disappointed." And Congressman Jared Golden announced on Wednesday he will introduce legislation to, quote, "freeze the consolidation of the Hamden facility," calling the move unacceptable. The bill would eliminate funding from the mail processing facility review process and require consolidation efforts by the USPS to be reviewed by the Independent Postal Regulatory Committee. Congressman Jared Golden said this move would, quote, "exacerbate existing challenges the USPS faces in fulfilling its obligation to Maine's rural communities." We've reached out to a spokesperson from the USPS, but have yet to receive a response. In studio, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, a Democratic legislator from Bar Harbor has resigned from her office effective immediately. In a letter sent to House Speaker Rachel Talbot Ross, Representative Lynn Williams says, quote, "It has been an honor and privilege to serve in the Maine House of Representatives and represent the towns of Bar Harbor, Mount Desert, Lemoyne, and Cranberry Isles. Unfortunately, due to an unexpected professional opportunity that is not compatible with the legislature, I must leave this office earlier than expected." Representative Williams sat on the Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee and previously on the Transportation Committee. We spoke with colleagues who were shocked about her sudden resignation, but offered their best wishes.
I'm going to hate to see her leave. I wish her well, and she took her job seriously here.
She's a great lady, very nice, invested in the issues. I think it's a loss for the institution to lose her, but I wish her the best in her future endeavors.
It was a pleasure and an honor to serve with Representative Williams, even for a brief time, on the Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee, which I chair, and she's been an excellent colleague, and I wish her well in her next endeavor, and I'm really grateful we had an opportunity to serve together.
And with the legislature scheduled to adjourn on April 17th, it's unclear if a special election will be held to fill the seat prior to the November general election.
A man from Unity is accused of sexually assaulting a child. 30-year-old Jesse Harvey is charged with gross sexual assault, and his bail was set at $25,000 during a hearing this week. According to the Morning Sentinel, Harvey was investigated after the Department of Health and Human Services reported the alleged abuse to the Somerset County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office says it learned that Harvey had sexually assaulted a child under the age of 16 over the past 4 years. Harvey was arrested over the weekend and will be back in court in May.
A person seriously injured in a Bangor fire nearly a month ago has now died from his injuries. 75-year-old Lawrence Dawson was trapped inside a burning home at Colonial Pines Mobile Home Park on March 14th. Bangor firefighters arrived and were able to get him out quickly, but Bangor Assistant Fire Chief Chandler Corvo said Dawson sustained severe burns. A spokesperson for the Fire Marshal's office says Dawson died from his injuries on Sunday. A second occupant of the home was not hurt. The fire remains under investigation.
2 people have been arrested for allegedly damaging dozens of cars in Bangor. 18-year-old Zachary Skidgel of Plymouth and 18-year-old Michael Bowden of Etna were arrested on charges of aggravated criminal mischief late Tuesday night. Bangor Police Sergeant Jason McAmbley says over the past weekend, Bangor police had taken multiple reports of cars and garbage cans being damaged at various locations around the city. Several doorbell camera videos were given to police that showed the vehicle the suspects were using. McAmbley says officers stopped it and found Skidgel, Bowden, and a third person inside. McAmbley says Skidgel and Bowden admitted to damaging between 20 and 30 vehicles around Bangor. All right, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Augusta's police department is preparing to move into a new state-of-the-art facility. We'll give you a look.
But first, another check of the forecast. More rain on the way today with highs up around 47 degrees. The rain will continue overnight with lows dropping down to the low 40s. Tomorrow, more rain and potentially some damaging winds too. The highs tomorrow a bit warmer at 56 degrees. We'll be right back.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy, like the Everest of trivia.
Spit and truth therapy.
You gotta feel smart if you want to look smart. Be smart, be smart, think smart, talk smart, eat smart. You are smart, smarty pants.
You got to unleash the power.
Woo!
This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
The Augusta Police Department has a lot to celebrate as they're poised to start a new chapter in a brand new building. Chief Kevin Lully says during his years with the department, they've moved through 2 other buildings. Though changes were made over the years, he says their last facility just wasn't functioning in the way that they needed it to and required repair. Lully says the new place affords them much greater and more functional space, including the ability to host events or trainings, and in general, it leaves room for growth.
Listen, tell me this isn't an exciting day. So, we started in '95 when I was first hired at the old police department, which is actually right across the road from where we stand. Short 28 years later, and here we are cutting ground, or cutting the ribbon on a new place. It feels big, but the nice piece is it'll allow us growth. So, looking downrange as we're looking at new officers or new dispatchers or new non-sworn, whether with mental health folks, social workers, things of that nature, there's room for them.
Chief Lully says they're still in the old building, but are preparing to move into the new one. They're still working on the last of the setup for their dispatchers, but they expect to hold another event when they're actually making the move.
Well, meanwhile, April is Organ Donation Month, and this year's theme is Total Eclipse of the Heart. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard has more on why officials say it's so important to become an organ donor.
According to New England Donor Services, 1,401 lives were saved last year in New England by organ donation. And with this year's Organ Donation Month coinciding with the total solar eclipse, they've gone with the theme Total Eclipse of the Heart and are encouraging people who aren't organ donors to turn around and sign up to donate at your local BMV.
Today we honor organ donors across the country and their life-saving gifts.
In keeping with the theme, Governor Mills was presented with a pair of sunglasses. Officials from New England Donor Services, which handles the process of organ donation in Maine, says just because you sign up to save a life doesn't necessarily mean your organs will be used when you pass.
One really important thing to know is you're far more likely to need an organ transplant than to die in a manner where organ donation is a medical possibility. And if you would want an organ available to save your life or to save the life of a loved one who needs a transplant, then you really ought to consider being a donor.
Representative Allison Hepler shared her personal experience about her husband Bob, who was able to donate his organs over 30 years ago. She says the important part about becoming an organ donor is telling people.
So you have to tell people, tell your family, tell your friends, because you might not have that information readily available to you.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows is in charge of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. She says the process to sign up to become an organ donor is as simple as checking a box.
There's no fee, no complicated paperwork or application. You just check yes, that you wish to be an organ donor. And perhaps that day never comes. And keep in mind, there are 770,000 Mainers who have checked the box yes. But if tragedy does strike, that organ donation can save a life.
And if you're not planning on visiting your BMV anytime soon, you can always sign up to donate on your iPhone Health app or by visiting registerme.org. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A Greenville organization focused on preserving one of Maine's living museums received much-needed funding from Congress. Our Matthew Duroncic has the story.
The Moosehead Marine Museum in Greenville is getting a great financial boost. $500,000 is being used to make some much-needed repairs and improvements.
The amount that we got in congressionally directed spending brings us to 78% of our overall goal of $2 million for our capital campaign.
The request was submitted by Senators Susan Collins and Angus King as part of their funding priorities in the fiscal year 2024 appropriations bill. In a letter from Senator Collins, she said she helped champion funding in this bill to support federal programs and investments in communities in Maine and throughout the country.
McKeel says the funds will go towards the Keep Kate cruising campaign that looks to restore the 109-year-old steamship.
Without this money, this congressionally directed spending, we might have had to pause our project because we wouldn't have had the cash flow to continue with the planned renovations. And so this has just been a game changer for us.
McKeel says this investment also provides an economic boost for Greenville.
We estimate that for every dollar spent here, up to $5 is spent in the local economy, and that translates to roughly $2 million a year.
The museum hired a shipyard in Booth Bay Harbor to work on the repairs needed for Katahdin. The harbor's project manager, Eric Graves, says he's thankful to be repairing a key piece of Maine history.
It's just an incredible project and historical piece that should remain present for the next 100 years.
Senator Collins says in her letter that the bill now has President Biden's desk to be signed into law. And the boating season is just around the corner. McKeel says Katahdin will be ready for Memorial Day with the first cruise happening on June 14th. In Greenville, Matthew Duroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Realize the maintenance it takes to keep a ship like the Katahdin floating in the water there.
Right.
Yearly work every year.
Yeah, I know. I need to go up there and visit the museum and check it out.
It's neat. It's worth a visit.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:19. Right after the break, Google released the top 10 search results for people's vacations. We'll see where people are planning to go.
Plus, we'll have your full weather forecast coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are paramount.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you.
The OrthoFeet hands-free sneaker is engineered for comfort.
We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you.
Welcome back, everyone. Google Flights is revealing the top 10 places people in the U.S. are looking to travel to this summer.
The most searched destination to travel to this summer is London, closely followed by Paris. Travel experts believe this is because of the upcoming Olympics that are set to take place. Other notable destinations include Tokyo, Rome, New York City, Cancun, Orlando, Las Vegas, Seattle, and Athens. And it makes sense. I mean, 'tis the season to start planning your summer trips. I kind of need to start thinking about it myself.
I think I might go to Eastport. That's about as far as
For
I'll
the
make
Pirate
it.
Festival?
I want to go to the Pirate Festival every year.
That's
I
what
want to
I've
go
been
there.
thinking about.
So, yeah,
and I mean, now's the time to maybe look for an Airbnb or a hotel because obviously options are a bit limited in Eastport.
I might look into that actually.
It's in June. I've already,
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
This
I don't
is the
blame
year.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, summer is almost here, folks.
Maine is cool because it's a good staycation place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No end. You know, I've been here for years and years and years, and I'm still finding places to go to.
Yep.
So,
I love it
pretty
for
neat.
that. Yep. All right. The time now is 6:22.
Little rain on the way again today. Let's get a full look at your weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. We offer a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 cash drawing. Stop by with your returnables and enter for a chance to win. Alrighty, we have advisories to talk about this morning. We have wind advisories up until 8 p.m. Friday. Along the coast right about in here, gusty winds will be moving in, especially as we head towards tomorrow. We also have gale warnings up along the coast. The surf will really get active when the winds get going. And we also have flood watches up toward the north and west with more rain that will be entering the picture. Wave highs are starting to get active now at around 3 to 5 feet according to the buoys. This is a far cry from what we will be seeing tomorrow, though, with the rain chances that will be entering the picture. For now, we're also watching areas of dense fog, not so much in our immediate viewing area, maybe a little bit off toward the north, but especially off to the south and west where some areas of dense fog have developed this morning. We're also watching the rain. We had a little bit moving through last night, and now we're starting to catch a little bit of a break. For the time being, maybe if you on and off rain showers today, that'll be very light in general, but we're watching for things to develop. Here it is right about in here, all this rain right about in here, tracking from the southwest, going to the north and east. That'll be our next turn for precipitation coming up later this afternoon into the overnight period as well. Futurecast moving forward, again, on and off rain showers cannot be ruled out from time to time. Better chances by around 3 to 4 o'clock. We'll watch this move through and get out of here roughly by around 8 p.m. or so. But here we go, more rain showers afterward. And look at this, the rain just continues through Friday. The isobars here, the black lines here become very stacked. That helps to indicate the strong winds that will be moving in. So we'll have rain and wind throughout the day on Friday, so things may get a little bit messy in the travel department on Friday. That could also continue in the parts of Saturday as well. Let's talk about the rain accumulation. This is on top of what we've already received, another inch to maybe an inch and a half of rainfall possible between now and Sunday before this begins to back off. Obviously, we'll dry out a little bit sooner than that. That's just how far I've ran this out. So another inch and a half of rainfall possible before this all clears up. Some gusty winds on the way for us today, reaching up to 25 miles per hour at times, maybe some gusts even up to 30 miles per hour coming up for tonight, and then things really get going for tomorrow. Gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour will be possible in a few spots. Your forecast coming up for today, we have upper 40s, mostly cloudy, rain showers on the way, and a southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, cloudy with rain likely, southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 50s, rain likely, some damaging winds are possible available with wind gusts up to 50, maybe 60 miles per hour possible, so be careful tomorrow if you're going to be out and about. Alrighty, here's a look at extended forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. More rain showers possible Saturday, highs in the mid-50s. Mid-50s again for a Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the upper 50s.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo. The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Bad boy mowers aren't built for everyone. They're built for the bold, the originals, people who get the job done and love every second of it. Bad boys are built for horsepower and cutting-edge precision with a first-of-its-kind 3-link suspension and a style all their own. Because you're not everyone, and that's a good thing. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
Free is good. Cashback is even better. Get both. Open your Yes account with Cashback Rewards from the County Federal Credit Union. Get all the free and 1% cash back on up to $1,500 worth of debit card purchases per month. Plus, rounding up your debit card purchases to the nearest whole dollar and tucking the difference into your share savings account. Get the good and the even better with the Yes account with Cashback Rewards. Open yours now at countyfcu.org.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. Just like family, we offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Abortion is front and center in the race for the presidency as a controversial Arizona law forces former President Trump to make his stance known. The Biden campaign has made abortion one of its key issues. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has more from New York.
Former President Donald Trump is working to rake in more campaign funds, making a trip to Georgia, where he was asked about a controversial Arizona Supreme Court decision. The state can now enforce a Civil War-era law banning all abortions unless it's deemed necessary to save a woman's life. But even Trump thinks Arizona went too far.
Yeah, they did, and that'll be straightened out.
Trump is making his position more clear, saying decisions on abortion should be left up to states.
So for 52 years, people have wanted to end Roe v. Wade to get it back to the states. We did that. It was an incredible thing, an incredible achievement. It's the will of the people.
The Biden campaign has made reproductive rights one of its top issues. A spokesperson was quick to react, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "The guy who wants to be a dictator on day one will use every tool at his disposal to ban abortion nationwide." A recent Fox News poll shows 65% of voters support legalizing abortion across the country.
Elect me. I'm in the 20th century, 21st century, not back then.
Arizona Democrats vowed to fight the court decision.
This is going to criminalize doctors for doing their jobs, and it's going to have a devastating effect on the health and freedom of women in Arizona.
Trump's next stop after Georgia, a fundraiser in Orlando, just days before his hush money trial is set to start here in New York City Monday. Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Military leaders are warning Congress Ukraine is in danger of losing the war against Russia if Congress doesn't pass a critical defense spending bill. Fox News senior national correspondent Kevin Cork with that story.
The stakes are very high.
The head of America's U.S. forces in Europe on Capitol Hill Wednesday, telling House lawmakers Ukraine is on the brink of being overrun by Russia.
If we do not continue to support Ukraine
Ukraine will run out of artillery shells and will run out of air defense interceptors in fairly short order.
Supporters of more Ukraine spending suggest that if the country runs out of needed material, America will be at fault. Right now, the U.S. provides the bulk of Ukraine's artillery and air defense interceptors. Ukrainian forces are currently rationing what they have left as they wait for Congress to pass a delayed $60 billion supplemental bill.
Ukraine's defenses and its population will face devastation without additional U.S. security assistance to join with Europe's.
But the bill has been stuck in the House for months as Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson faces pushback from members of his own party, many of whom refuse to vote on it until the nation's border security is addressed.
I'm not giving Ukraine a nickel.
Johnson is even facing a threat of his very leadership over the issue.
I accept that it's a complicated choice. I accept that he's at risk of losing his job over that choice. But that's what leadership is. It's the big boy pants and making tough choices.
Speaker Johnson says the House is actively discussing options to move the bill forward, but has given no timeline on when he plans to bring it to a vote. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Consumer Reports is urging the U.S. Department of Agriculture to remove Lunchables from school lunch programs. The nonprofit consumer organization says Lunchables and other similar lunch kits should be removed from lunch programs after it found, quote, high levels of lead, cadmium, and sodium in the products. The organization says it tested 12 store-bought versions of the Lunchables. The research also found that the lunch kits contained harmful phthalates, which is a group of chemicals found in plastics. A report says Lunchables maker Kraft Heinz has taken steps to improve the nutrition of its products.
Well, meanwhile, the trial for Chad Daybell, the alleged doomsday cult leader accused of murdering his ex-wife and his second wife's children, is now underway in Idaho. In opening statements, prosecutors claim the murders were fueled by sex, money, and power. Daybell is accused of murdering his first wife, Tammy Daybell, back in 2019. He's also charged in the deaths of 16-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old J.J. Vallow, the children of Lori Vallow, whom he married less than 3 weeks after his first wife's death. Prosecutors say the two began sharing apocalyptic beliefs and labeled anyone who stood in their way as dark spirits or zombies. This narrative gave them the pretense to remove people from the world for their own good. And Lori Vallow has been charged and is now serving a life in prison sentence for killing her kids and conspiring to kill Tammy Daybell. Daybell has pleaded not guilty, and prosecutors in the case are seeking the death penalty. Just a bizarre case. I've been following that one from the beginning. I don't know if you have or not, but just a sad case, you know, those poor kids.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And coming up on the second half of the newscast, it's Red Cross's Volunteer Month, and they're recognizing the people who help them do what they need to do.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
This is gonna be delicious. This morning, GMA's in search of America's best comfort food. From sweets to burgers, tacos, fried chicken, mac and cheese. Oh, my mouth's watering just reading this promo. Will we be at your favorite comfort food spot? It's one tasty week on GMA.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get low 4.75% financing for 60 months on all-wheel drive RAV4 hybrid and gas models, which could save you up to $1,600. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 11th, 2024. It's also National Pet Day.
Ooh.
We love our pets here.
Yeah. Oh, sunglasses.
How cute.
Whether it's a happy puppy or a cute hedgehog. I have a friend with a
That's
hedgehog.
a thing.
Yeah,
I know some people have hedgehogs
they're
too.
Really cute.
Yeah.
There's no question that pets bring a lot of happiness to our lives. In fact, over the last 10 years, the National Institute of Health has been researching the physical and mental benefits of having a pet. Turns out they can steal a lot more than our hearts. Pets can also improve our heart health by lowering cortisol, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and it definitely makes sense. I was pushing off getting another cat. I put my cat that I had for years down about 2 years ago, and I waited a while, and I was like, I don't know if I need to take care of something for a while, but I did. I pulled the trigger, and here we are, and he's my little guy.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I wasn't ready either, but yeah, I'm glad I got dude.
Right.
I don't know what I'd do without him now.
Yeah.
He's such a part of my life.
He told me last week that when you come in the house at the end of the day, he'll like jump on your shoulders and just hang out
first
there.
He gets up on top of the fridge, and I have to, because then he rolls over. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm not cute." And I have to go up and squiggle him a little bit. And then he has this thing. He wants to just wrap himself around my shoulders, and then we'll walk around the house for a while like that.
What a good cat.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they
He's
do.
your
They,
best friend.
They soothe you when you've had a bad day. They
Yep.
still love you,
Yep.
and they just make you
Even
make
when he
life better.
steals salmon off the counter.
Yeah, that could be a pain in the booty too.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, let's move on to some history now. On this day in history, back in 1900, the U.S. Navy bought their first modern submarine called the USS Holland. Built in New Jersey, it had a crew of just 6 people. In 1921, Iowa became the first state to tax cigarettes, and they haven't stopped since then.
Yeah.
In 1945, during World War II, American soldiers liberated the Nazi concentration camp Buchenwald in Germany. And in 1948, the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls was announced in a press release. And then finally, in 1966, Frank Sinatra recorded his hit, Strangers in the Night. I love that old tune.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
In 1968, President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1068.
1968, sorry.
1960. What did I say?
Well, I wrote 1068, but it really is 1968.
Right,
that was
right.
my bad.
I was like, oh, is that LD 1068
Yeah.
or something? Okay. 1968 into law. It included the Fair Housing Act and occurred a week after the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. That seems like the major on this day in history event. In 1985, scientists in Hawaii measured the distance between the Earth and the Moon between 1 inch. I don't know what that means.
Well, they measured it down to like 1 inch, a very precise measurement.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
It was a big thing for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't really understand, but okay.
They measured the distance between the moon and the Earth down to like 1 inch.
Oh.
Yeah. Does that make sense now?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take it out in the next show then.
Okay.
If you're confused about it, I'm probably confusing everybody else.
That's
too.
okay. No, I'm just not there. In 1970, Apollo 13 blasted off on its ill-fated flight to the moon. The mission was aborted when an oxygen tank blew and the crew struggled to safely return to Earth in the days that followed. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan returned home from the hospital after narrowly escaping an assassination attempt. In 2012, The Avengers premiered in Los Angeles, continuing a long line of Marvel comic book movies.
I love those movies. All right, today's birthdays include singer Joss Stone, who is 37 years old today. She's got a heck of a voice. Actor Bill Irwin turns, I forgot to look up his age. 61. I got sidetracked this morning.
That's okay.
He's
Happy
in his
birthday.
60s.
Yep.
This is also the birthday of Babyface. He's a musician as well. Do you know Babyface?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
He was popular a while ago.
Yeah.
We're in a bunch of really well-known birthdays today.
There weren't?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
but-
one of those days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Anywho. Got some things to fix on that part, that script.
Hey, it's going to rain all day. Yesterday it held off until folks
Yeah.
were kind of coming home from work. Today it's throughout the day.
Similar
a bit.
day today.
Yeah.
I think they said we might even see less rain today, depending on where you are. But
Okay.
there's a chance of rain throughout the day.
Okay, here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. We offer a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 cash drawing. Stop by with your returnables and enter for a chance to win. We have advisories posted this morning. This right here is a gale warning along the coast that will last until 1 a.m. Saturday. Active surf will be expected, especially tomorrow, though, as we'll be watching out for our next system moving in. That will really help to stir up the ocean. We have some wind advisories already issued until 8 p.m. Friday along the coast because of the wind. And this right here is a flood watch up because of the rainfall that will also be expected. Meanwhile, though, some areas of dense fog developing, but you have to look further out towards the south and west for the reduced visibilities this morning. On top of that, though, we're also watching out for the opportunities for more rain to enter the picture. We had some moving through last night. We're catching a little bit of a break this morning. We'll have to wait until later this afternoon for more organized rain chances to move into the picture. Further out towards the south and west, we're seeing some of that organized rain developing now in a few spots. Again, tracking from southwest to northeast. So again, we'll have our turn coming up later this afternoon for more organized chances for precipitation. Futurecast moving forward, there's a rain right about 4 o'clock or so. That's when it moves in. Then on and off rain showers continue as we head towards your Friday along with the gusty winds. However, though, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing on and off rain showers, temperatures in the 40s, and a little bit of gusty winds on and off. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Bill Irwin, 74. Okay. Yeah, they fixed it for me.
Thank you.
So,
yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, for the American Red Cross, April is National Volunteer Month, and they're going out of their way to recognize those who support their cause.
From now until April 28th, donors will receive a $10 e-gift card and be automatically entered for a chance to win one of two $7,000 gift cards. Volunteers make up to 90% of the Red Cross's workforce, according to one spokesperson, and April is a time to not only celebrate their volunteers, but to support their dedication.
We are certainly engaged with the community through the work of our volunteers and do our best to support the work our volunteers do throughout the community.
Information about National Volunteer Month and upcoming blood donation opportunities in your area will be provided on our website at foxbangor.com. So very important. Yeah. Going to take a break now for sports. I'm going to go eat some breakfast. I hear there's some Girl Scout cookies in the newsroom.
Yeah,
you had the same breakfast, so I'm going to have to go get me some do-si-dos.
I know.
Whatever they are.
I forget it's that season. I got to find some.
Yeah, they're a great breakfast food, too.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Here's, after the break, Tyler Cruz will have sports.
Don't go away.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
It's Judge Judy's greatest hits with classics like
That's ridiculous. That's a lot of baloney.
Judge Judy
on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Old Town Baseball enters the season looking to defend their Class B state title despite losing one of their top guys from last year. As our Ryan Sudol reports, their doubters are their biggest fuel.
For the second time in 3 years, Old Town Baseball are reigning Class B champions. Things are a bit different this time around, but expectations haven't changed.
Just got to focus on staying on a team and hopefully keep riding that high and be another successful year.
The team chemistry, we're slowly getting there. Different team, but just added a few more new kids. We should be pretty good.
For one, most of the Coyotes' batting order returns from last year, representing over half of their RBIs. With a young pitching staff, their contributions will be key.
You know, keep grinding every day, try to get better, get your swings in.
We got some power here and there, and we got some people that can lay down a good bunt, hit and run, whatever we need. They'll get the job done.
And while the pitching staff contains only one returning with starting experience, those that sat back had some greats to take after.
A lot of learning experience from last year, just watching other teams play us in our staff too. You know, they know how to take the ball on the mound and, you know, just do their job, and the defense will take care of it.
But remember, this year is different. Most notably, the team's ace and top bat over the last 3 years, Gabe Gifford, is now a Black Bear.
We just got to try to make up for that, you know, and we got to try to supplement that in and collectively get better as a team.
But you don't win a state title with just one guy.
We had a great hitting squad. We have a great defense. You know, it wasn't just Gabe. These guys have been playing with each other since Little League, so they know each other.
The Coyotes may look frail to those hunting them, but even with that huge target on their backs, they're out to show they're more dangerous than meets the eye.
It made us all really mad. They all think that we lost Gabe. We're not going to be good. We just have to prove them wrong.
Catch a couple wins and keep getting better. I mean, hey, let's do it.
In Hamden, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Wishing them luck. Let's stay on the diamond here. Midweek action for Maine baseball. They are in Storrs, Connecticut, taking on the Yukon Huskies. The basketball capital of the world welcoming the Black Bears for some baseball. First inning, nobody on and 2 out, and Noah Lewis is on the mound, and he is going to send Paul Tamaro down on strikes to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Lewis to start the game. Second inning now, 1 runner on for shortstop Jake Marquez. He gets a 2-strike fastball and drills it deep to left. That goes off that brick building. Maine on top 2-0 early. Bottom of the second, Huskies would start to pick it up. 2 men on for Maddox Delana, and he ropes this ball over everyone onto the hill in right field, and the Huskies take the lead. Later in the inning, the second baseman, Brian Padilla, up, and he smashes this Lewis pitch into left field. That one is gone. Yukon goes on to score 9 runs in the second inning. That was how the rest of the day went. Maine falls 20-2. All right, let's go to some basketball now. With a dominant win on Tuesday, the Maine Celtics are now just a win away from their first G League championship ever, and the Celts can get it done Thursday night in Oklahoma City when they battle the Blue in Game 2. The Celtics leaving Portland earlier on Wednesday, busing down to Boston before flying out to Oklahoma City. The C's throttling the Blue in Game 1 on Tuesday night, coasting to a 20-point win and a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series. Before getting on the team bus for their last road trip of the season, head coach Blaine Miller says despite being in the driver's seat, Celtics are taking nothing for granted.
You know, you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. You win one game, think you're never going to lose again. You lose a game, think you're never going to win again. A lot can change between games and within a game. So that's just, like I said, one game at a time. For us, when we get into the game, it's 1 quarter at a time, 1 possession at a time, and just take care of business.
Down to Fenway Park we go now. The Red Sox are looking to rebound after a Game 1 loss to the Orioles during their home opener on Tuesday. Beautiful night for a game in Boston Wednesday night. The Red Sox, they're going to get on the board first in this one. Jaron Duran on for Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill bloops one into shallow right center. Tough play for Jackson Holliday making his MLB debut, but look at the hustle from Duran to score all the way from first. Bottom 4 now we go. 2 runners on and 2 outs for Connor Wong. He slaps this one the other day through the hole. Tristan Casas and Romy Gonzalez score. That is going to make it 3-0 Red Sox. All right, 5-3 now. Here come the Birds. Wild pitch here from Chris Martin with the bases loaded. That's going to bring in a run, and that makes it a 1-run game. The very next batter, Jordan Westberg, he crushes this one. That is into the monster seats, and the Orioles would take a 7-5 lead. That is all she wrote. Sox drop their second straight. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money, and I'll fight to get it for you. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Another client had a brain injury, and we got them $1.15 million.
If you get hurt by a big truck, call the Tubes.
We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the Tubes. We win for you.
We've been on this property for 47 years. What I've learned along the way is the better tools you have, the easier the job and the better job you get.
He is a former owner of another brand, tractor. He wanted green.
Everything has to be pruned and cut, and there's a lot of stuff that has to get moved. You can't get any more American than John Deere, I don't think.
They don't write songs about any other tractor company. It's John Deere.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Dear Savvy Traveler, airline food isn't what it used to be. I need to fuel up before I fly.
Dear Hangry, you can fill up before takeoff at Bangor International Airport. The Highlands Cafe has quick and casual. The Refueler Pub and Grill has heartier fare. And the Post Security Cafe, other side of TSA, offers a pick-me-up before wheels up. Bon appetit and bon voyage, Hangry. And remember, the savvy travel through Bangor International Airport. Flybangor.com.
Well, summer is almost here, and according to the Old Farmer's Almanac, it's going to be a hot one. The Almanac's 2024 forecast says this summer could be the hottest on record. These hot summer days may not be sunny, though, with reports saying the summer will also have its fair share of rainstorms. The Mid-Atlantic region is said to be getting the brunt of the rain, however, while the Southwest is predicted to be mostly dry. 2023 is currently the hottest summer on record, but the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration reports 2024 has a 1 in 3 odds of being even warmer. So if you believe the Farmer's Almanac, of course, sometimes there's a lot of truth to that. Other times it's just a prediction.
They have a pretty good record, actually, if you look back over the years on some of their predictions, too.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
Okay, and on that note, we are getting rain.
A little bit of rain, a little more rain today, and it looks like tomorrow the same way. Things will eventually clear up as we head into the weekend.
Yep, typical April stuff.
Yeah.
Here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. We offer a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 cash drawing. Stop by with your returnables and enter for a chance to win. Alrighty, we have advisories to talk about this morning. We have wind advisories up until 8 p.m. Friday. Along the coast right about in here, gusty winds will be moving in, especially as we head towards tomorrow. We also have gale warnings up along the coast. The surf will really get active when the winds get going. And we also have flood watches up toward the north and west with more rain that will be entering the picture. Wave highs are starting to get active now at around 3 to 5 feet according to the buoys. This is a far cry from what we will be seeing tomorrow, though, with the rain chances that will be entering the picture. For now, we're also watching areas of dense fog, not so much in our immediate viewing area, maybe a little bit off toward the north, but especially off to the south and west where some areas of dense fog have developed this morning. We're also watching the rain. We had a little bit moving through last night, and now we're starting to catch a little bit of a break. For the time being, maybe a few on and off rain showers today. That'll be very light in general, but we're watching for things to develop. Here it is right about in here. All this rain right about in here, tracking from the southwest, going to the north and east. That'll be our next turn for precipitation coming up later this afternoon into the overnight period as well. Futurecast moving forward, again, on and off rain showers cannot be ruled out from time to time. Better chances by around 3 to 4 o'clock. We'll watch this move through and get out of here roughly by around 8 p.m. or so. But here we go, more rain showers afterward. And look at this, the rain just continues through Friday. The isobars here, the black lines here become very stacked. That helps indicate the strong winds that will be moving in. So we'll have rain and wind throughout the day on Friday, so things may get a little bit messy in the travel department on Friday. That could also continue in the parts of Saturday as well. Let's talk about the rain accumulation. This is on top of what we've already received. Another inch to maybe an inch and a half of rainfall possible between now and Sunday before this begins to back off. Obviously, we'll dry out a little bit sooner than that. That's just how far I've ran this out. So another inch and a half of rainfall possible before this all clears temperatures up. Some gusty winds on the way for us today, reaching up to 25 miles per hour at times. Maybe some gusts even up to 30 miles per hour coming up for tonight. And then things really get going for tomorrow. Gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour will be possible in a few spots. Your forecast coming up for today. We have upper 40s, mostly cloudy, rain showers on the way, and a southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, cloudy with rain likely. Southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 50s, rain likely. Some damaging winds are possible with wind gusts up to 50, maybe 60 miles per hour possible. So be careful tomorrow if you're going to be out and about. Alrighty, here's a look at extended forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. More rain showers possible Saturday, highs in the mid-50s. Mid-50s again for a Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the upper 50s.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Read my eyes. They tell my story and the story of Voluminous Original. Creamy formula for 5 times the volume. Voluminous Original Mascara by L'Oreal. My eyes are saying you're worth it.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
I'm late.
For what?
My period. Nick took my son to the hospital.
Grey's Anatomy. Viewer discretion advised.
A Chicago area police department has a new member of the force. K-Juan, I guess that's how you say it. Andrew has been sworn in as an honorary Linwood officer. At just 6 years old, K-Juan has already been through dozens of surgeries for a birth defect called hypoplastic heart syndrome. That's an abnormal blood flow through the heart. Police Chief Gregory Thomas says they're excited to have K-Juan on the team. He is now an honorary police officer, and he looks pretty darn happy,
really
too.
Happy. What a sweetheart. Okay, we're about out of time. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com.
Have a great day, everyone.